Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Welcome to my 816th video. Yay! Listen, making 1,000 videos and posting them here on YouTube for the whole world to see in my very own sort of shameless fashion is something that I really am very passionate about completing. We have 185 more videos to go and only just not that many days to get it all done. It's a good thing that I not only advocate for doing nothing, but in reality, I also do my best to make sure that I do as little as possible. And while that might not beget like the biggest financial rewards, it does ensure that my sanity is intact. All things considered. You feel me? I've talked about this before on the show. Just wanting to venture out on my own, and with y'all's support, it's something that is slowly but surely coming to a reality. So, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Tonight or this morning, I want to talk about coffee. All right, so here's the thing. I love coffee. Internet archivists can absolutely see going back as far as 2010 that I've been very actively involved within the beverage community. And by that, I mean, I started selling lemonade in my front yard as a kid and ended up growing up to sell lemonade as an adult, working for an individual that allowed me the opportunity to be in that industry. And so that's like 14 years ago. You feel me? And not to mention that I'm a first generation Hispanic person. You feel me? Coming from the part of the country that I do. And I grew up drinking coffee with my grandma and grandpa. So, I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. Please don't do anything I ever say at all at any point. You feel me? This is just some dude talking about nothing. But I don't know if that like made me or contributed to the fact that I'm only 5'4.5", while all of my siblings are in fact taller than me and they're all younger than me. Does that matter? Truly, does drinking coffee before the age of like 5 matter? Maybe. Yes. No. A little bit. I'm not sure. But regardless, I like coffee. You feel me? It's been a big part of my life. It's been a very stable social component. As far as Western speak goes, I was in fact raised around a coffee table, and that could have been in the dining room or around the kitchen table. Every memory I have growing up as a child involved a very routine schedule where both my grandma and grandpa would be awake at around 6 o'clock in the morning, sitting down, fully dressed, ready for the day, drinking a fresh cup of coffee. And more importantly than that, I think the biggest thing I took from the coffee experience as a child growing up was just the very concept of socializing with your family. To this day, it's something that, is loosely practiced within my immediate family, I suppose, in that, a good part of the social experience is sitting at the table and actually talking to your family, and I find that some of the best constructive discussions I've ever had have come as a direct result from being able to observe others speak to me in close proximity while just drinking some coffee. And I understand that my explanations for things can sometimes get a little distracted or kind of a sidebar, you feel me? But like the whole appeal of this channel, by the way, sidebar, sidebar, is that this is the vibe right now. Like me talking about nothing. So to continue moving forward, I want to continue to talk about coffee and its impact. But again, not just like, obviously, some of the best moments in my life have come from being out of town and going to a third space back in the day, but when they existed, when places like Starbucks were actually a destination, when people went out of their way to spend an entire afternoon at a cafe. This still exists, certainly, but the age gap is quite noticeable, right? Only like older people have this kind of a habit, and I'd argue that younger people and middle-aged people still see it as a third space, but its options are not only quite literally limited by policies coming from places like Starbucks, who, by the way, if you don't remember, had a really, really big public outcry when it came to their allowing of particularly homeless people or just people that weren't paying customers to come in and use their restroom, and the kind of impact that it has or had according to them on business and so forth. So they've like literally gone away from being an open and welcome and warm space to being more of just like, grab your $8 venti and get out the door, and don't forget to tip because we accept tips now, and that cup of coffee just cost you $12, buddy. It's sort of like, wow, hopefully I don't want another cup of coffee today, because then I'm starting to get into price ranges where I can get a decent meal for a few days for that very same price of 2 cups of coffee, including tip. And remember, if you don't tip, you feel super guilty. The baristas have no incentive to make your drink in the most efficient and effective manner possible, and they probably don't know how to pronounce your name. It's a safe to say call. For the record, I will go on public record saying that, like, my coffee experience is not just limited to, I actually was a certified barista at a Starbucks. That was a thing that happened to me in life. And honestly, being a certified barista, right? Because I'm not sure how third parties act within it, but this was more of like a corporate culture kind of a place where you had to absolutely be trained on the espresso machines, but and by doing that you also had to like pass literal tests on how not to burn the coffee or how not to burn the milk and to make drinks properly. And that's when I learned that Starbucks uses 2% milk because it's just a little bit cheaper and is a lot more palpable for, I guess, lactose intolerant people. I'm not sure, but I had never ever drank skim milk or 2% milk or anything like that. I think one of the good things that I experienced growing up was households that only consumed vitamin D milk, and that always made more sense to me to drink milk that had, vitamins in it. I mean, otherwise, like, what's the point, It's like a semi loosely flavored milk, like water kind of a thing, you feel me? And like, and then just moreover, and recently I learned that lactose free milk is like basically the layman's way of saying sugar free milk. And that's what I've gathered from it, right? But again, that's now led me on a new journey in life where I drink a lot of milk. And again, that's because I just feel like milk is, I'm for milk. And so yeah, coffee is something that I think is a part of everyone's life. You might actually be having a cup of coffee right now. To be completely 100% honest, right now, this broken phone is being balanced against my morning coffee cup. And actually, and I've said this before, but this is one of my top prized possessions is my coffee cup. So it all kind of comes full circle. I understand now that for some reason coffee isn't tasting as good as it used to, and I think that's for another video because like that's an entirely different topic. I did want to talk about that, but because there's still 185 videos to make and only just a little bit of time to do it, I will save that and instead just continue to extrapolate on the idea that coffee, on Vlogs About Nothing, means all of what I've just explained to everybody, and Moreover, I do appreciate you guys watching my show. Listen, I am a vlogger, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a public personality. This has been my definitive and only committed decision I've ever made in life, and I'm only almost 40. So, it's taken me a long time, both as an individual and professionally, to mature at this pace, which again is, like is what it is. And at least I'm trying, you feel me? But regardless, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my stuff. And I see you, you feel me? Again, future self, when this video has many more views than it will, absolutely, in the next 24 hours. Thank you for watching, and I do appreciate it, okay? If you're not already, make sure you're a subscriber and make sure the notifications are on so that you know each and every single time I'm trying to insert some more useless and need to know information. There's that irony. I hope that you guys have a really good day, alright? Seriously, go get them out there. I got like 25 more videos to make today, so bye.